More than half a foot of snow came down on downtown Denver overnight, and more snow is on the way. So are bitterly cold temperatures. It's why we're under a weather action day here on Denver 7. Thanks so much for watching Denver 7 News at 11. I'm Jason Grenauer, coming to you live from the rooftop of our downtown Denver studios, where I would describe conditions out here as light snow, but already frigidly cold. Temps are in the teens, feels a whole lot closer to zero out there. Not too comfortable to be out here for too long. Keeping an eye on things out here in downtown. Not too much traffic on Spear Boulevard, but it looks quite slick. About 6 inches of snow fell overnight here at our studios, hit just about the tops of my boots as I was walking into work this morning. So let's talk snow totals. The winner out there is definitely going to be the southern part of our state, coming in at about 22 inches, but most places around the metro, they came in between about 8 and 12 inches of snow, but there is the chance for a few more inches still to fall. Now, several cities are on accident alert today, and here's why. Taking a look at the roads out there, there's a lot of snowpack out there on the main roads. It's tough sledding on some side streets, especially neighborhood streets. Even though the snow is light, there's still a lot of it out there to deal with. We have team coverage eye on conditions, but we want to start with meteorologist Stacy Donaldson with an update on how much more snow we might still be getting and when this is all going to be moving out. Stace?
Hey Jason, yes, we're not quite out of the woods yet. We've seen some very light snow and decreasing coverage here for the Front Range, heavier snow down to our south. But as we zoom in here, you can see that just light snow is still falling for the area. We're going to see a little bit of wraparound into the afternoon and evening. So we are expecting light snow for the rest of the day. We have a winter weather advisory in effect for the Front Range until 8 o'clock tonight. Still snowing here across the eastern plains and definitely down to the south where we have winter storm warnings. So the warning we had earlier this morning has now been declassified, decreased from a winter storm warning down to a winter weather advisory. A wind chill advisory in effect for the eastern plains. Wind chills tonight will be about 20 below. Here for the metro, winter weather advisory until 8 o'clock tonight here for our area and parts east and even up into the foothills. So we could see a few more inches of snow before all is said and done. On our futurecast, you can see by 11 o'clock this morning is what we're experiencing now. Once we get to 1:30, we see more coverage here for our area. And then as we get into 4 o'clock, just some light snow here for the region. And then it all moves out once we get past about 9 o'clock tonight, and those temperatures really drop into the below zero area. So for current temperatures, we're right around 11 to 12 degrees here for the metro. Our wind chill factor, though, only around 0. So we're going to be talking more about how much we expect as we get into the rest of the day.
And it will stay very slick all day today. It will be until tomorrow we start to see the sunshine that the conditions will really start to improve. Let me show you some of the conditions like here on South Broadway. Take a look from that camera over on South Broadway if you would. And this is the south and northbound side, southbound, northbound here in Inglewood. Really tough to go on the bike here today, and going through some of the sidewalks are still going to be covered in ice and snow. Take a look at the quad split where you see a crash up to the north side near Johnston Corner. That's why that northbound side is still pretty slick. Highway 93 north of Golden still looking pretty slick for us. This is up in Boulder, right by 28 and Colorado Avenue, and you can see the conditions on I-70 over by Kipling, where you can actually start to see some more of the blacktop, which is going to help us out. But the overall drive, as you see, isn't too bad. Light traffic today, which is helping us out tremendously, letting the plows do their thing. For the most part, folks are driving in the 40s and now 50s as they're getting more comfortable with some of these road conditions, but that can be a little bit dangerous because as your speeds come up, well, the crash risk can be a little bit higher, especially when you hit some ice and snow spin out, and those crashes can be a little bit more violent. We've seen a lot of snow across this side of downtown. This is Cheeseman Park right here, and Colette Bordelon is hanging out over there in Cheeseman Park and taking a look at some of the conditions. You've been all around town there, Colette. You've also been talking to some of the folks, and I know you've seen probably some runners running there in Cheeseman Park.
I've seen runners, but I want to know more about the traffic for cross-country skiers out here. I don't know if we can see her anymore. She just left, disappeared beyond those trees. It's real hard to keep up with the cross-country skiers, but you can see people are out here walking. We've seen a lot of dogs also. I really don't know if it's a snow day for the dogs or the humans, honestly. I've been all over from the Capitol to Commerce City. The snow is still falling out here. It's falling pretty lightly, though, obviously not nearly as big as we saw those flakes last night. Take a look at this video. This is Periwinkle. Out for a walk. We call her Perry. She was just enjoying that day. I asked her owner if she thinks that this snow day is really one for the dogs rather than the owners.
Oh, 1000%. I think we should all just hold up at home and take our dogs on a walk because they're the ones thriving, right?
I couldn't agree more. I've loved seeing all of the dogs just absolutely having so much fun out here in the snow. It is pretty deep. Some of the drifts actually, as I was walking through Cheeseman Park, they came all the way up to my knees. I mean, it was just more snow than I've seen in a while now. Now, the neighborhood roads are still a bit messy if you're getting out there. The highways are looking much better, though, than what I saw this morning. Live in Denver, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
All right, Colette, thank you. CDOT plow drivers have already been out for hours now. Now, they're working in 12-hour shifts. CDOT says it has more than 100 new plow drivers, so now is a good time to remember to give plows room to work.
We've seen plows hit with people who, are following too close, are trying to pass in front of plows as they're trying to clear roads. Just do that common sense thing. Keep a little bit of distance. Pace yourselves behind them if possible. Frankly, it's the safest place to be on the road on something that's just been cleared.
Now, plow drivers in Denver are also on 12-hour on, 12-hour off shift schedules. If you're looking live right now at the city's plow tracker, so you can see which roads in the city are getting clear. The city is using big plows on main streets and residential plows on the side streets. Those are the orange dots there on the map. The residential plows are scheduled to run until 3 this afternoon. Most people are going to be spending the day digging out. This is video showing the conditions in Aurora earlier this morning. We saw a couple of plow trucks trying to clear the roads. Denver 7's Christian Lopez is live in Aurora. Christian, how are things where you are?
Well, we are seeing some light snow right now, and I'm actually from California, so this is the most snow I've ever seen. And I was out here trying to build a snowman all morning, but the snow is actually really dry, so I wasn't able to. I failed miserably, but this is good snow and it's easy to shovel off, so that's the good news. As far as road conditions, we have some video to show you. Traffic has been moving smoothly around here. We've seen multiple snow plows driving through, just making it a lot smoother for people who are driving through the area. And we also spoke with one man who was walking to a store, and he told me that he was concerned because he thought some people were kind of speeding past him, and he was also concerned about all the snow that is piled up on the sidewalks.
They don't have nobody cleaning the sidewalks in this area, and this area is very dangerous because they treat this, it goes to the highway, interstate, I-225, and it's dangerous being in the streets, but you don't have no walking conditions because the sidewalk is cluttered with snow. There's nobody cleaning it. So I have to get where I gotta go the best I can.
And to show you just how much snow is on the sidewalks, you can see that my shoes are completely covered right here. So definitely be careful if you do have to walk in areas like this. We're also next to a strip mall here. These stores are open, but we're not really seeing a lot of people going in and out at this time. So we are going to stay out here and continue monitoring these conditions to let you know what you can expect if you do have to head out today. Reporting live in Aurora, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Christian, thank you. Now, we've also been keeping an eye on conditions west of Denver, and that's where Denver 7's Veronica Acosta has been all morning. She joins us live. Veronica?
Yeah, we've been across the Front Range really this morning. We started off in Lakewood, we then moved to Arvada, and now we're in Thornton. The roadways here looking a lot better than they were in some of those other places. Take a look. You can see there's definitely some slush. You see those plow drivers going by. Arvada was doing pretty well there too. They had a good amount of plow drivers making their way, cleaning up those roads. Lakewood, not too great, but we did start off there really early in the morning, so they were just getting their start there as well. Take a look at this video that we got of these 3 plow drivers. These are CDOT plow drivers taking off from a lot near Wadsworth and Ralston. They were telling us they were headed to Highway 128. That was because they'd only had one shift there all night. It was overnight, so it was their turn to get out there and start cleaning up that roadway, and that was really their concern, to get out there and make sure drivers were going to be safe. As far as speeds, early this morning we saw drivers taking caution. They were going 5, 10, 15 miles an hour, but now if you look, they've definitely gotten that confidence. They're driving a little bit quicker and they're trying to be as safe as possible. For now, we're live in Thornton. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Veronica, thank you. A big shout out to all of our crews out there all morning. Thanks so much. All right, well, the snow is impacting RTD service this morning as well. Many trains and buses, they're on a delay. RTD is encouraging people who use Access-a-Ride to consider rescheduling non-essential trips. You can keep track of delays by signing up for service alerts or by checking on RTD's website. And we're also keeping track of delays and cancellations out at the airport. Right now, there are close to 150 cancellations, more than 120 delays. Most flights are delayed by about 15 minutes, but ones to Chicago are delayed by more than an hour. The airport is reminding people to check your flight status, drive with caution, and expect to spend some extra time on a plane before taking off because of the de-icing process. Well, we've been getting snow-related closures across the metro all morning, including at more than 200 schools. Here's a partial list of some of those closures. We couldn't fit it all on one graphic, actually. That includes the General Assembly at the state capitol and in Boulder County, the Disaster Recovery Center, as well as the Fire Donation and Resource Center, though those are all closed. Well, we're going to be following the cold and the snow all day long here on Denver 7. You can get the forecast anytime by downloading our free Denver 7 Plus app. We have interactive radar, a 10-day forecast, and a 24/7 weather live stream. You can find it all on your Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or Android device.